Saan po nanggagaling yung pera na pinapadala po ninyo?
Binibigay po yun sa akin ni VP Sara.
Si VP Sara mismo, hindi through Attorney Sunshine?
Si VP Sara po, yung pong for that specific instruction.
My questions to Ms. Sunshine Farda.
Yes, please. Ms. Sunshine Parda.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Good
Ms.
evening
Sunshine
po.
Farda, kayo po ay nagtrabaho sa ilalim ni Vice President Sara noong siya po ay mayor pa ng Davao City. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Sinabi no ni Yusek Gloria Jumamil Mercado na inamutan mo siya ng puting envelope na nagkakalaman ng 50,000.
Allegedly, Mr. Chair,
Hindi,
yes.
kaya nga, yun nga yung sinabi niya, no?
Yes po.
At sinabi rin ni Ms. Catalan, ang chief accountant ng DepEd, sinabi rin niya noon na inabutan mo rin siya ng pera na galing sa confidential fund. At noong si Vice President Sara ay naging DepEd Secretary, kayo ay unang naging Head Executive Assistant niya sa Department of Education. Tama po ba?
Yes, I confirm that, Mr. Chair.
At noong si Vice President Sara ay naging DepEd Secretary, kayo ay unang naging Head Executive Assistant niya sa Department of Education. Tama po ba?
Yes, I confirm that, Mr. Chair.
Hanggang kailan ito?
It was from July 1, 2022 until, I believe, around April, Mr. Chair, 2023.
At nung matapos ito, kayo naman ay inatasan niya maging Assistant Secretary ng Office of the Secretary sa DepEd. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I was appointed by the President po as Assistant Secretary of the Office of the Secretary.
Bilang ASEC, ano ang iyong tungkulin?
I was in charge of the administration of the entire Office of the Secretary, Mr. Chair. I was also assisting the Vice President in technical matters like in meetings. I also assisted her during the field visitations and also helped out in managing the staff in the entire Office of the Secretary proper po.
At kayo rin ay bumitiw sa Department of Education sa inyong posisyon noong July 9, 2024. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Kasi
Sorry, Mr. Chair, it wasn't July 9 po. I believe it was, I started with the Office of the Vice President, Mr. Chair, July 16 po.
Okay. Kasabay mong nag-resign no, sa Department of Education, sila retired Major General Mempin, Mr. Munsayak, Mr. Powa, at si Mr. Baluyan. Tama ba?
Bali po, Mr. Chair, nauna po ako ng ilang araw, nag-send po ako ng aking resignation letter, nauna po ako ng ilang araw sa kanila, Mr. Chair.
Dahil ito sa kadahilan ng nagbitiw na si Vice President Sara bilang Secretary ng Department of Education.
That's one of the reasons, Mr. Chair, and I also wanted to respect the decision of the next secretary as to whom he should be, who he wants to be appointed for the position that I was handling at the time.
At nung kayo ay nag-resign sa Department of Education, kayo naman ay nailipat sa Office of the Vice President. Tama po ba?
I applied, Mr. Chair, as one of the employees po of the Vice President's office.
Ano ang posisyon mo sa Office of the Vice President?
At the moment, Mr. Chair, I'm the Director for the Strategic Management Operations. Strategic Management Office, SMO Office po.
Ano yung layunin ng ano ang layunin ng Strategic Management Office?
I handle...
ano yung trabaho mo?
Sorry, Mr. Chair. Okay. I handle 3 divisions po, the Knowledge Management Division, the Management Information Systems Division, as well as the Planning Division po. So we handle the matters on planning, on the knowledge management, as well as the information systems po, like yung sa technology IT po na division.
Ano ang experience ninyo at ikaw ay nilagay no bilang direktor ng Strategic Management Office? Sa iyong palagay, kwalipikado ka ba?
I believe so, Mr. Chair, because my papers and my application was submitted to the Civil Service Commission and it was also approved by them.
Okay. Balikan natin ulit no noong November 11, 2024, nag-issue ang committee ito ng contempt order or arrest order laban sa iyo dahil hindi ka nag-attend ng hearing.
Yes, Mr.
Noong
Chair.
November 14, 2024, nakatanggap ang committee ito ng letter na nagsasabi na ikaw nasa official business sa Southern Mindanao Satellite Office noong November 9 up to November 15. Tama ba?
I received a travel order, Mr. Chair, and I left Manila po on November 9 so that I can help out or monitor the Thanksgiving activities in Davao City, supposedly.
Sa mga aktibidades na ito, Ano ang partisipasyon ninyo?
Supposedly, Mr. Chair, I was to monitor the Thanksgiving activities. Unfortunately, I wasn't really able to attend any of these because when the arrest order came out po November 11, I was so afraid already. I did not go out of the house anymore. So I informed po the office that I actually informed the office and the Vice President that I did not attend the activities, Mr. Chair, because medyo natakot po talaga ako nung lumabas na yung arrest order. So nagstay lang po ako sa bahay ng ate ko sa Davao City.
So hindi ka nag-participate sa ginawang activities ng OVP sa Southern Mindanao Satellite Office?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I did not participate and due to fear po of being seen because of the arrest order, Mr. Chair.
Kanino mo sinabi na nasa bahay ka lang o hindi ka nag-participate?
I actually informed the Vice President, Mr. Chair, and I also texted ASEC Lemuel, but I'm not sure if he received it because hindi rin ako naka-receive ng response at the time.
Okay. Hindi ka nagpaalam kay Attorney Zuleika Lopez?
Hindi po ako nagpaalam direct sa kanya because I was thinking, Mr. Chair, that she was still in the United States at the time. I did not know that she already went home or went back home.
Okay. Kilala mo si Miss Zuleika Lopez?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Gaano na kayo katagal magkakilala?
When I started working for the Office of the City Mayor, Mr. Chair, in 2011, she was already the city administrator at that time.
Siya ang chief of staff, no? At undersecretary ng OVP nung panahon kayo ay nagtatrabaho sa Department of Education. Tama ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, balik po tayo unti, no? Nung panahong nasa Department of Education po kayo, habang kayo po ay HEA o Assistant Secretary ni Vice President sa DepEd, madalas ka rin bang pumunta sa Office of the Vice President?
Actually, Mr. Chair, hindi po. Kasi hindi ko po maiwan yung Office of the Secretary. So, mabibilang pa lang po ng 5 daliri ko yung pagpunta ko doon. Depende lang po pag pag mayroon silang ni-invite. Like, I was invited in one of their events, like yung Halloween po, na judging ng kanilang mga events. Ganun po na klase lang ang pagpunta ko doon.
So, hindi ka madalas ipatawag ni
No,
Vice
Mr.
President
Chair.
Sara? Okay. Asawa mo si Ginoong Edward Fajarda.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tama po ba? Si Edward ba ay nagtatrabaho rin sa ilalim ni VP Sara noong mayor pa siya ng Davao?
No, Mr. Chair, he wasn't.
Okay. Si Edward, siya yung na-appoint, di ba, na bilang Special Disbursing Officer sa DepEd, tama?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Sabay kayo ni Edward na nagtrabaho sa Department of Education?
Nauna rin lang po ako ng 1 month, Mr. Chair. He started with the Department of Education in August 1. I started July 1, 2022 po.
At noong July 2024, kayo ay nag-resign sa Department of Education, kasabay nila Yusek Michael Poa, Asek Reynold Monsayak, Yusek Nolasco Mempin, at Asek Baluyan, tama ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At ikaw din ay nag-resign sa DepEd kasama ni Mr. Edward Fajarda, tama ba?
That's correct, Mr. Chair.
Ngayong panahon na ito, ano ang tungkulin mo o responsibilidad mo sa OVP?
As I've mentioned already kanina, Mr. Chair, I'm the Director for the Strategic Management Office po.
Okay. Kung maalala ho natin, no, noong nakaraang hearing, sinabi, no, ni Yusek Gloria Jumamil Mercado na inabutan mo siya ng puting envelope na may nakasulat na hope. Ang ibig sabihin ng hope, tingin mo ano ibig sabihin ng hope?
I believe that's the head of procuring entity, Your Honor.
Okay. So, yun nga ang sinabi niya, inabutan mo siya ng sobre na nagkakalaman ng 50,000.
Allegedly, Mr. Chair, yes.
Kaya nga, yun nga yung sinabi niya, no?
Yes po.
At sinabi rin ni Ms. Catalan, ang chief accountant ng DepEd, sinabi rin niya noon na inabutan mo rin siya ng pera na galing sa confidential fund. Ms. Shine, matagal na kayong nagtatrabaho kay VP Sara. Masasabi mo ba na loyal ka sa kanya?
I am loyal, Mr. Chair, to anybody whom I'm working for because that's part of my job po as an employee.
Siyempre, no? Siguro naman, dahil sa sobrang tagal nyo na magkakilala ni Vice President Sara Duterte, hinire ka niya sa Davao, tapos dinala ka niya o nag-apply ka at tinanggap ka niya sa Department of Education, at nung nag-resign ka, nag-apply ka rin sa Office of the Vice President, at ikaw tinanggap niya, masasabi natin na talagang loyal ka, no, kay Vice President Sara.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At dahil sa matagal na kayong nagtatrabaho kay VP Sara, no, naging heya ka niya sa Department of Education, ano ang kadalasang trabaho na pinapagawa niya sa'yo?
As Head Executive Assistant, Mr. Chair, it's actually similar to my role as ASEC. Mas nadagdagan lang po yung ASEC. It's still administration po, general administration of the Office of the Secretary proper, supervision of the people inside the Office of the Secretary proper, assisting her during the field visitations, helping her with meetings and technical na requirements. And there was also a time when I was helping her or drafting department orders on behalf of the Office of the Secretary.
Talagang napakadami mong ginagawa sa kanya. At talagang masasabi natin dahil sa sobrang dami ng iyong obligasyon sa iyong trabaho sa kanya, talagang masasabi natin na pinagkakatiwalaan ka niya. Tama ba?
I believe so, Mr. Chair.
Nung naging heya at assistant secretary ka ng DepEd, kilala nyo si Yusek Gloria Mercado. Tama ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Si Director Resty Osayas,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
si Miss Runa Catalan.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. No, balikan natin, no. Nung yung nga sinabi ni Yusek Gloria Mercado. Sinabi nila no nakaraang hearing, isiniwalat nila sa committee ito na inabutan mo daw sila ng puting envelope na naglalaman, no, ng malaking pera. So dahil hindi ka nagpakita sa mga panong ito, hindi ka nabigyan ng pagkakataon para sagutin, no, yung mga akusasyong ito. Totoo ba na inabutan mo sila ng sobre o nagsisinungaling silang tatlo?
Respectfully, Mr. Chair, I would not want to answer that question. May I explain if I be allowed? In the previous hearings, Mr. Chair, there have been those allegations which insinuated that I committed these illegal acts. There were actually some crimes that were mentioned. And as such, if I'm going to answer those allegations, Mr. Chair, respectfully, I would want to answer them in a proper forum wherein I will be able to present my defenses based on the completeness of the said allegations, Mr. Chair.
Hindi, tinatanong lang naman kita kung meron kang inabot o wala. It is answerable by yes or no. Kung wala, sabihin mo wala. Kung meron, sabihin mo meron.
I will not answer, Mr. Chair, respectfully po. I already stated my reason for such.
So you are invoking your right for self-incrimination.
I will not answering, Mr. Chair, as I've already informed you of the reason for such.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Please proceed.
Mr. Chair, I hope you understand po, with the respectfully through the chairman, Attorney Fajarda, we have rules po kasi in the committee, and refusal to answer is a ground for contempt. We would much prefer if you would choose to invoke your right, please do so. Do not say that you're refusing to answer. If you want, you are very welcome to invoke your right, but we need to hear it from you po.
I stand by my answer in the previous answer that I've given to Honorable Kongkun, Mr. Chair.
That you refuse to answer.
Yes, Mr. Chair, because I will only answer in a proper forum where I will be able to present my defenses po.
You refuse to answer, yet you do not invoke the right.
It's in the same manner, Mr. Chair, that I am saying that I refuse to answer such questions po.
Well, Mr. Chair, we leave it to the committee on how they would appreciate that answer. We just had to clarify whether this was an invocation of the right. Thank you, Ms. Fajardo.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you,
Mr. Chair, may I interject? May I follow up, Mr. Chair? Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Chair. So again, I would like to reiterate the question of Congressman Rog Gutierrez. Your answer, would that in effect invoking your right against self-incrimination?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, yeah, because you've mentioned about the proper forum, so I would presume that the proper forum is the court. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. So you are invoking your right against self-incrimination.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. But Mr. Chair, but that does not mean that she is denying the allegation. She's just merely invoking her right against self-incrimination. To me, Mr. Chair, that's my own interpretation. That's one way of saying that I admit, but this is not the proper code to discuss that. Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's a manifestation po. And that is my personal interpretation.
I understand, Mr.
Thank
Chair.
you, Mr. Chair.
We will respect your right against self-incrimination. Next. Yes, please continue, Congressman Kong.
So, base sa tatlong opisyales no, ng Department of Education, katulad sa mga pahayag nila Yusek Mercado, Ms. Catalan, at Director Usayas, kayo po ay nagbigay no, sa kanila, no, o Director Usayas, no, kayo po ay nagbigay sa kanila ng sobre, binigyan niyo po sila ng pera, at katulad nga po ng sinasabi nila, ito ay galing no, sa confidential fund ng Department of Education. Ngayon, kung hindi niyo po masasagot ng diretso ito, igagalang ko po yung inyong karapatan na hindi sagutin. Kaya lang hindi mo maiiwasan no ang committee ito no na mag-isip no kung totoo nga ba no ang sinasabi ni Yusek Mercado, ni Ms. Catalan at ni Director Usayas. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The next to interpolate is Congressman Zia Alonto Adjong.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to, again, be enlightened. And if you may, Ms. Fajarda, you walk me through on how the utilization of the confidential funds pertaining to the issuances of the disbursement liquidation report, the checks, and the disbursement vouchers, if you may. This is also in line with the attempt of this representation to really fully understand on how you comply with the joint circular. No? So you just walk me through. Ms. Fajarda, last hearing, Yusek Mercado says na ikaw ang nag-abot sa kanya, ng cheque na nagkakalaga ng 37.5 million. These are 3 checks, which amounts to 112.5 million in total. Para kanyang pirmahan yung releasing of the confidential funds ng DepEd noong 2023. Would you confirm that, Ms. Fajarda?
That is false, Mr. Chair. I never gave any checks to Ms. Mercado, number one. And number two, Mr. Chair, I am not involved in any way in the utilization of the confidential funds. Respectfully, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so you are saying that you never in any way secured the signatures of Ms. Yusek Mercado.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I never
Categorically.
secured any of her signatures.
So what you're saying is that Ms. Yusek Mercado is the one lying. Is that correct?
I'm not also saying that, Mr. Chair. I wasn't really able to listen to what she said, but I did not give her any checks, nor did I request her to sign any checks.
Okay. According to Ms. Mercado also, to sign should also be supported by a signature from Annalyn Sevilla. Would you know Annalyn Sevilla?
Yes, Mr. Chair. She's under a secretary of the Department of Education.
Okay. What is your participation, Fraser? Can you walk me through what is exactly your participation in so far as the securing of the signatures for the disbursement to secure the disbursement vouchers?
My participation, Mr. Chair, is ministerial in nature because our setup in the Office of the Secretary, since I am in charge of the admin work, is that the documents for signature of the Vice President goes through me, and then
Wait,
yes.
po, kasi para maintindihan ko po. Sige, can you please,
My participation, Mr. Chair, in the securing of signatures is ministerial in nature,
meaning
that all the documents in the Office of the Secretary that are for signature of the Vice President go through me so that I can have it signed by her.
yeah, that's correct. So meaning to say, when it comes to, like for example, can we request the COMSEC to show us the disbursement voucher?
Comsec?
Yeah. So all of these 3 disbursement vouchers are signed by Vice President Sara Duterte. Now, prior to the signing or releasing of the checks, you have to secure first the disbursement voucher. Am I correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And so the signature of the Vice President Sara Duterte with that of Annalyn Sevilla, as indicated here in the disbursement voucher, if we are to take your answer that you are to secure the signatures, does that mean that you also, in a way, required for this disbursement voucher to present this to Yusek Mercado for the release of the checks?
No, Mr. Chair, I have no transaction whatsoever with Ms. Mercado in relation to the confidential funds.
Okay, so what does the needed signature of the Vice President for the disbursement voucher, what is it for? In this particular monitor, is it for the releasing of the 3 checks? Is it correct?
I believe, Mr. Chair, that that is for the processing of the disbursement voucher for the confidential fund.
That's correct. That is correct, and that's what Yusek Mercado said in the previous hearing. In fact, the testimony of Yusek Mercado is it's reinforced and corroborated by the statement of Ms. Catalan. So that voucher is needed to secure the release of the checks. Am I correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair, because it is routed to our office from the accounting office.
So where do you give the vouchers after having all these signatures attached in this? Where do you go from here?
After securing the signature of the Vice President, it has to be returned to the SDO, and then the SDO will be the one to return it to the accounting office.
You mean to say SDO in this case is your husband?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So it goes back to the SDO.
Yes, because he's the one carrying the documents back to the accounting office.
So your husband is the one going, so siya pupunta doon sa accounting office for the release of this.
Yes, because he's the SDO, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Would you confirm that all these 3 disbursement vouchers correspond to the 37.5 million pesos that were encashed by your husband, Mr. Fajarda?
I do not have the copies of the 3 vouchers, Mr. Chair. But I cannot confirm that because, again, I am not the one involved with the confidential funds. I just request the Vice President to sign, and then it is returned to the accounting office for the standard operating procedure in the processing of said vouchers.
According to the testimony of Land Bank, nagkaroon po ng pirmahan. The checks that were released were signed by Yusek Mercado and Yusek Sevilla on February 20, 2023, April 19, 2023, and July 11, 2023. Would you confirm this, Ms. Sunshine?
I cannot confirm that, Mr. Chair, because, again, I am not involved in the confidential funds po.
Okay, but could you at least your husband confirm these dates?
Your Honor, hindi lang po ako sure doon sa exact date, but yan po yung month.
Kayo po ba, Mr. Edward, ang payee sa mga cheque na ito?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So you confirm that three checks ay 37 million, 3 pong nirelease ito. Can we show that again? 37 million na lang pong amounting to 11.2 million pesos. Tama po ba? Do we confirm that?
3 po yung 37.5 million. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Edward Arda, ano po yung ginagawa nyo after you have encashed this check?
Your Honor, pag nasa akin na po yung pera, nasa office na po yan, tatawagan ko na po ang security officer na magdi-disburse po ako sa kanya ng pera.
Okay. But before the disbursement, let me go back to Ms. Fajarda. Who ordered you to secure the signature of the Vice President and for other signatures that you needed to affix on the disbursement voucher?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, can you please repeat the question?
Who gave you who ordered you, who told you to secure these signatures?
Mr. Chair, it's part of my job. It's a ministerial...
I know, but who told you that? I mean, I know it's part of your job, but I'm sure somebody has to tell you that we need to secure these checks, get the signatures for the disbursement voucher for the release of these checks. Who told you that?
The accounting office, Mr. Chair, gives us the documents so that it will be signed with the secretary.
Yeah, but who told the accounting office?
May I ask the specific question, Mr. Chair, as to what you are pertaining to po?
I'm trying to understand the confidential part. It cannot be released without the signature and the approval of the principal. Is it correct?
That's the question,
Yes,
Mr. Chair.
I want to
Okay.
understand precisely because what you're saying is your job is only technical, attending meetings. That these are your answers, no? When you were asked before, technical lang yung yung trabaho mo, and you're also in charge of attending the meetings.
Mr. Chair, that was before in the City Mayor's office in 2011 po.
Okay, but what is your job now in the office of the Department of Education?
My job before in the Office of the Office of the Secretary in the Department of Education, in July 2022, Mr. Chair, I was the head executive assistant. In April of 2023, I became the Assistant Secretary of the Office of the
Okay,
Secretary.
I want to understand, no, prior to the submission and the securing of the signatures for and the vouchers, gusto ko lang po maintindihan, is it the accounting that is telling you na you need to secure the signatures?
I believe, Mr. Chair, it's the SDO which already informs the accounting because after he mentioned a while ago that there is a physical and financial plan. After that, he is the one who informs the accounting.
Do you have that fiscal and financial plan with you?
I do not have a copy of that
Mr. Chair?
document,
Yeah,
Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, may I request that we require the submission of this technical and
Physical and financial plan.
Physical and financial plan, Mr. Chair. That's a motion so that we can understand how the workings within your department when it's come to the utilization of the confidential funds. We want to understand that because
Mr. Chair, it has already been submitted po, I believe.
can we ask the COMSEC if we can confirm that there is also already a submission of that?
Your Honor, the Secretariat has yet to receive or has not yet received the PFP, Your Honor.
So, do you stand by with your answer that you have already submitted?
I believe that it was already submitted by COA, Mr. Chair, because it is part of the submissions of the DepEd.
Wala pa? Wala pa? COMSEC?
None, Chair. What was submitted was part of the confidential funds, which was also submitted to the Committee on Appropriations, subject of a different subpoena duces tecum by this committee to the Commission on Audit. There was no PFP attached, only disbursement vouchers, liquidation reports. Yun lang pong maalala ko sa
So
documents
at
namin,
any
sir.
rate, I move that we request for the submission of the financial plan. Physical and financial
Mr.
plan.
Fajardo will submit, Mr. Chair, because he's the one handling the documents po for the confidential funds.
I don't care who's going to submit it. We just require for your department to submit it to the committee, okay? Now, let me go back to Mr. Fajarda. Just want to understand. Tama po ba? You in cash personally?
Yes, Your Honor.
O, kasi yun po yung sinabi ng Land Bank kanina. So, you are using duffel bags for the encashment of this 112 million pesos, no? 0.5
37 po per quarter.
per
37.5.
quarter. Yeah,
Opo.
so amounting to 112.5 million pesos.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's correct. So, ano po yung ginagawa nyo dito before the releasing of these confidential funds or the distribution or the payment for rewards or whatever? What do you do with that? Do you directly use that and go to the areas where you do the payment? Or
Your Honor, hindi po.
ano pong ginagawa nyo doon?
Dinidisburse ko lang po yan sa security officer.
Sino po yung security officer ninyo?
Si
Right away?
Your Honor, tumatawag po ako sa kanya. Then magkikita po kami sa DepEd.
Saan po kayo nakikita doon sa DepEd?
Sa DepEd po. Minsan po sa office po ng DPSPG. Minsan sa bar. Kung saan po safe. Pero sa DepEd lang po.
Within the DepEd?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano pong pangalan nila? Anong
Colonel Nolasco po. Dennis Nolasco. Colonel Dennis Nolasco po.
Dennis Nolasco. So, hindi nyo ho siya dinadala sa office or din-deposit?
Nasa office po siya pero hindi ko po din-deposit.
Yeah, how big is your office pala? Yung office space?
Malaki po, malaki. Hindi lang po kalakihan pero tama lang po.
Okay. Let me go back to Ms. Fajarda. The previous hearing, Ms. Catalan also said to this committee that ikaw ang nag-request sa kanya ng mag-sign sa mga liquidation reports for the first, second, and third quarter ng 2023 pertaining to the confidential funds. Is this correct? Do you confirm this?
No, Mr. Chair, I want to correct that. I did not request her to sign. What I said was prepare the documents because the SDO already has to sign it po. Because Ms. Catalan, before she signs, I believe the SDO has to sign first, and then from the SDO, it's to the principal, and then Ms. Catalan. So they have to prepare the documents for the signature of the 3 signatories.
Bakit kayo po yung nagre-request sa kanya? Hindi ho ba dapat si Mr. Fajarda because you're the payee and you're the one who's supposed to who knows how you
Sa akin
have
po siya.
utilized, yeah? Bakit si Miss Sunshine yung nagre-request kay Miss Catalan instead of you because you're the one who encashed the amount and you're supposed to be the one to know on how exactly these funds are being spent.
Actually, Your Honor, pag nagperma na po ako sa liquidation, ibibigay ko po kay Asek Shine. Siya po kasi ang magpapaperma sa head of the agency.
Ano po?
Pag napermahan ko na po yung liquidation, ibigay ko po sa kanya para papermahin po niya kay BP Sara.
So everything goes to Ms. Fajarda.
Basta po pag kay BP na ang peperma, sa kanya po muna dumadaan.
Okay. Ms. Fajarda, do you ask Ms. Catalan to sign the liquidation report without even providing her any attachment?
The SDO will be the one to answer that, Your Honor.
No, because that's what Ms. Catalan said in the previous hearing, that you require her to sign the liquidation report without even showing her any acknowledgement receipts. Receipts, yes, that's correct.
I'm going to correct that again, Your Honor. I did not request her to sign. What we requested was for the papers to be prepared already, but not for her to sign anything, Your Honor.
Yeah, but if she does not sign, what will happen, di ba? Hindi magpo-post through yung liquidation report, is it correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah,
but
but that's why-
it's the SDO, Your Honor, which actually explains the accounting on how
but
the
according
liquidation
to-
report
yes,
is to be
I know, but
accomplished.
supposedly dapat siya. But according to Ms. Catalan, you're the one who goes to her office and then asks her to sign without even showing her acknowledgement receipts. Is that correct?
No, it's not correct, Your Honor. Again, I'm going to correct that. I did not ask her to sign. We just request for the documents to be prepared, all the documents for the attachment of the liquidation.
So you have nothing to do with securing the signatures of Ms. Catalan. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have nothing to do with it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Paharda. Di ba dapat ikaw yung nagsasubmit ng liquidation report? Kasi you're the payee.
Your Honor, nagsasubmit sa
Nagsasubmit ng liquidation, preparing for the liquidation report.
kanino? I mean,
For the liquidation report of the confidential funds.
you mean sa COA po?
Yeah?
Ang
Prior to that, for the securing of the signatures, hindi ba, what is your participation? Kasi ang sabi ni Ms. Catalan dito, gusto kong pabangga yung testimony ni Ms. Catalan for us to really understand, no? Kasi mukhang within the workings of your office, parang somebody is lying. Yusek Mercado says na you are asking her to sign the checks corroborated with Ms. Catalan, saying that Ms. Sunshine Fajarda is the one requiring Ms. Catalan to sign the signatures. Even you gave her that envelope. Yung sinasabi nilang white amount, may mga amounts naka-enclosed doon sa mga envelope. So I'm just trying to understand your participation, Ms. Sunshine, no, Fajarda. Gusto ko lang maintindihan. Supposedly dapat, yung asawa mo, as the payee, will be the one to ask Ms. Catalan to sign the liquidation report. Kasi siya nga po yung payee and he's the one more knowledgeable on how these funds are being spent. Now, gusto kong malaman yon. Is it you or is Mr. Fajarda?
Your Honor, ganito po kasi yan. Kapag nagpirma na po ako sa liquidation report, ibigay ko po kay Sunshine, and then siya po kasi ang magpapaperma kay BP Sara.
Ano po?
Siya po ang magpapasign kay BP Sara. Basta po, ang paperma na po ay si BP Sara, dadaan po muna sa kanya.
Si Ms. Sunshine.
Apo, sa kanya po ang papers.
Mr. Chair, maybe perhaps in the next committee hearing, I would pursue a request asking questions once we have the financial plan, fiscal plan, covering
Physical and
physical
financial
and financial plan, covering the confidential funds, because it will give us more information and knowledge on how the workings within that your department, and so far as the securing of signatures, releasing of disbursement vouchers, and ultimately the releasing of these checks. I have trouble, Mr. Chair, understanding which role, task are given to between the couple, Ms. Sunshine and Mr. Fajarda. So gusto ko lang pong malaman, prior to that, I would just like to, hopefully, by next time, request Undersecretary Mercado to come. Maybe we can invite her again. Ms. Catalan also, if we can invite her again, so that we can finally really shed light on these questionable dealings and transactions. Ms. Yusek Mercado is not around, so it's not, gusto ko sanang siyang tanungin. But since she's not here in Ms. Catalan, it will be hard na ibangga
Comsec, may
yung
I know
mga
if
testimonies
Yusek
nila.
Mercado is present?
Former Yusek Mercado was invited, but she's not here. For Miss Catalan, I believe she's present, Your Honor.
Ms. Catalan?
Can you please take your seat, Miss Reuna Catalan?
Okay.
Umalis na daw
Maybe
po.
in the next hearing, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
And I would like to reserve and avail of the interpellation once Yusek Mercado and Ms. Catalan are both present in the next hearing. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Fajarda, and thank you, Mr. Fajarda.
Thank you, Honorable
Thank you
Zia
po.
Alonto. Sir Jong? Yes, Congressman Jude.
Just a brief interjection para hindi ho mawala yung train, no? Nung mga tanong po ni Congressman Zia. Kay Mr. Fajarda, gaano po kayo katagal na SDO sa DepEd? Or at least empleyado sa DepEd?
Nag-start po ako August 2022.
Okay. So mga 2 taon din po, no?
Opo,
Sa panahon po yun, meron bang pagkakataon na kayo po ay nag-reach out sa mga principal, superintendents, mga regional directors o empleyado ng DepEd para humingi po ng kanilang mga bank accounts ng mga empleyadong ito?
sa superintendent po, Your Honor.
Yes, that's the reason exactly why I'm asking, Mr. Chair, because may mga kumakalat pong photos sa social media involving exchanges between yung mga superintendent po sa Region 7. Ang mga messages, can we request the Secretariat? Baka pwede pong ma-flash.
Secretariat?
Itong messages na to nagme-mention na may pangalang Edward from the CO, which I think refers to a central office or OSEC. Sa pagkakaintindi ko po, ito po ay Office of the Secretary. Can we ask the Secretary to show it? Meron po. Then the next. May ipapakita po akong numero sa inyo. Ilalapit ko po. Mr. Chair, with your permission. Just for him to
Please.
confirm. Mr. Chair,
Congressman Nasidre.
meron po akong pinakitang number kay Mr. Fajardo at sabi po niya malamang sa hindi, yun po ay pagkaari niyang number.
Fajarda.
Mr. Fajarda, na itong number po ay sa kanya po.
Do you confirm? Mr. Harda?
I-convert ko po.
Yes, okay.
At dahil po sa ang mga messages na to, sinasabing si Edward Fajarda, yung next na slide, next screenshot, ay humihingi ng bank account at bank details ng mga empleyado. Siguro sa salitang Bisaya po yung message, parang sinasabi po, ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo, sa blurred yung lugar na merong tatawag sa inyong Edward, pakibigay ng inyong account number, legit po yan. God bless. I'm showing you also next, I'll also show you a screen cap of the portion of the affidavit of former Yusek Mercado, a former employee in DepEd. Basahin ko po. Number 5. Although the exact date evades recollection, sometime during the course of my tenure with the DepEd, a member of my staff informed me that an inquiry was made by one of our officers in the field that Mr. Fajarda had made inquiries about the bank accounts of several individuals, and if divulging such information to Mr. Fajarda was permitted. My office confirmed that it was upon the instruction of the Office of the Secretary. Evidently, it would appear that regional directors and other employees on the field would also receive sums on top of the regular salaries. So, Mr. Fajarda, bakit po kayo humingi ng mga bank details nila?
Mr. Chair, ang nakalagay po kasi dito ay regional directors. Sa
Pero ang sinasabi niyo po, sino po yung hiningan niyo?
superintendent po.
Whether
Superintendent po.
superintendents po or regional directors, bakit po kailangan humingi ng personal bank details?
Actually po, I was instructed by VP Sara.
Based po sa instruction ni VP Sara.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nagpapadala po ba kayo ng pera sa mga accounts na to?
May napadalhan po ako pero hindi po, I mean hindi siya lahat.
Hindi lahat ng superintendents.
Yes, Your Honor.
Paano po pinipili kung sinong padadalan at hindi padadalan?
Sa pagkakaalam ko po, yung pong nagbigay ng mga account numbers, kasi during po kasi sa pag-iikot ni VP Sara, nakita po niyo doon na yung pong superintendent gumagastos po ng sariling pera nila sa kanilang office field work ko nila.
Pero Mr. Fajarda, kung titignan mo sa screenshot, yung lahat po ng superintendent sa Region 7 ay inyo pong kinontak at hiningan. Ibig sabihin silang lahat po na bigyan?
Your Honor, actually hindi ko kilala lahat ng superintendent. I'm not sure kung, basta ang alam ko lang po hindi po lahat.
So, granted no, kung ano yung sinabi yung reply mo. Ang tanong ko po, pag nagpapadala po kayo ng pera dito, personal account yung pong ginagamit or official account ng DepEd?
I mean account number po nila.
Account number nila. Saan po nanggagaling yung pera na pinapadala po ninyo?
Binibigay po yun sa akin ni VP Sara.
Si VP Sara mismo, hindi through Attorney Sunshine?
Si VP Sara po, yung pong for that specific instruction.
So ito pong lahat ng pagkakataon, pag naging panauhin po namin ang mga superintendents at regional directors, we would expect that that would be the response, no, na hindi ho lahat at hindi po regular.
Hindi po lahat, kasi kasi sobrang dami po niyan at hindi po regular.
Okay. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you po.
Yes, the Honorable Dan Fernandez is recognized.
Thank you so much. After 10 hours. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chairman, but maikli lamang po to. Since wala naman, tatlo lang yung taong nakakaalam ng confidential funds. Si BP Sara, si Mr. Ortonio, saka si Gina Acosta. Since wala na si Gina Acosta, wala na rin si BP Sara, ikaw na lang, Mr. Ortonio, ang natitira dito. Kaya ikaw na lang tatanungin ko. According kay Attorney Lopez, Mr. Ortonio, people who should be asked about confidential funds ay ikaw at si Gina Acosta. Is this correct?
Your Honor, first of all, I would like to clarify that
No. Sagutin mo muna yung tanong, Mr. Ortonio. Kasi sinabi ni Attorney Lopez that the people that should be asked about confidential funds ay ikaw, Gina Acosta, and the Vice President. Is this correct?
in terms of the information on the confidential funds, I'm not privy to all the information pertaining
No,
to
we're talking about the confidential funds. Confidential funds lamang po ang pinag-uusapan natin, and it was manifested by Attorney Lopez under oath that the person that is responsible for confidential funds ay ikaw, si Gina Acosta, and the Vice President herself. So you are now under oath. Would you confirm the statement of Attorney Lopez?
Okay.
Yes, yun
Your-
naman, tinatanong ko lang kung tama yung sinabi ni Attorney Lopez. Kung kayong tatlo nakakaalam sa confidential funds, tama ba sinabi ni Attorney Lopez? Yes sir, no po. I mean,
your-
napakasimple tinatanong ko, tama po ba yung sinasabi ni Attorney Lopez?
no, Your Honor, because
So,
I am not,
wait. Kung no ang sagot po ninyo, hindi lamang kayo nakakaalam tungkol sa confidential funds.
no, Your Honor, I am not privy to the information or activities in the use of the confidential activities. However, I do know some information because in the drafting of the replies to the AOMs that the Office of the Vice President received, I got information from the Special Disbursing Officer and the Security Officer. That's the only extent of information that I know pertaining to the confidential funds.
So in other words, partly, the totality of the confidential funds, alam mo. But the
Partially.
totality of it, not.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So, binanggit din dito ni Attorney Lopez sa last hearing na yung approach ni Vice President is compartmentalized. No? Yun yung approach niya. At sinasabi niya nga dito, and because of this procedure, which was also used by Attorney Poa in the DepEd, that's the reason why si Attorney Lopez was not consulted one way or the other pagdating po doon sa confidential funds. Mr. Antonio, ikaw yung the only person who accompanied sa land bank ni Ms. Acosta. Is this correct?
That's correct.
But a while ago, you changed your testimony na meron na kayong kasama na dalawang military guy. Am I correct?
Yes, VPSPG guard to accompany us, but it was only me and
Yes.
Miss Gina Acosta who
And
entrusted
bilang
siya.
chief of staff, no, assistant, COS, you work directly under the office of Attorney Lopez. Correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Alright. So lumalabas dito na kung walang kinalaman si Attorney Lopez sa confidential funds when he delivered this in the last hearing. So basically may kinalaman ikaw, si Acosta, and the Vice President.
Your Honor, I would
Pero
like
what I'm
to,
trying to say is that partly you know about the confidential funds, right?
again, Your Honor, I only know of the confidential funds because I was the one who drafted the replies to the AOM.
Yes, correct.
But prior,
Mr. Antonio, that is precisely what I'm trying to point out. That partly you know about the confidential funds.
that's
And in accordance with what was delivered by Attorney Lopez, lumalabas that wala siyang alam at ang nakakaalam partly of the confidential funds, ikaw, Gina Acosta, and the President, and the Vice President. Tama?
Again, Your Honor, I would like to qualify my answer. Yes, I partially know about information on the confidential funds, but only because I drafted the replies to the AOMs. Prior to the AOMs, I do not know of the activities that where the confidential funds were used.
Yes, I understand that, Mr. Ortonio. Now, nung pumunta po kayo ng land bank, no, at inangkas niyo po yung pera together with Gina Acosta, alam po ba to ni Attorney Lopez?
Your Honor, I cannot answer if Attorney Lopez knows of the activities where the confidential funds are being used.
You have
but,
seen,
but as
Mr.
far as
Mr.
I know,
Mr. Ortonio, you have seen that video, di ba?
yes,
The video will not lie. That the Vice President were asking about how many months, di ba? Sabi ni Attorney Lopez, 6 months. Di ba? And she was always nodding about the statements of the Vice President. So, action, di ba? That speaks louder than words, di ba? So, may alam ba siya? Wala.
again, Your Honor,
Based on what you have seen.
again, Your Honor, as
Based
far,
on what you have seen.
again, Your
Meron
Honor,
ba siyang alam sa confidential fund, particularly on that issue?
again, Your Honor, as far as I know, she does not know of any activities
Yeah.
as she has
Okay,
mentioned.
you're trying to be evasive, Mr. Otonio. You're trying to be evasive. We are warning you.
Again, Your Honor, can I give you a little bit of context on the video that was shown? Can I, Mr. Chair?
Sige, go ahead.
Please continue.
Yes. The matter that was shared earlier, the one kung saan na merong clip na pinakita during the Senate hearing, that case was actually reported to the office that we received that there was an incident where a person was pretending to be from the office of the Vice President and nangihingi ng pera sa mga recipients, and it was reported, and we were able to share it with the VPSPG, and they were able to conduct surveillance and monitoring activities. That's the context of the clip that was shown. However, as to whether the confidential funds were used for that activities, again, I cannot answer for that, or I cannot answer if Attorney Lopez knows if that certain incident used confidential funds for the monitoring and surveillance of such incident.
Okay, I will show you a letter. Can we show the letter of the COS and also of the Assistant Chief of Staff? Sulat sa COA. Because in here, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Ortonio, kayo sumulat ng letter na to, di po ba?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And your signature appears on this, di po ba?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. So sino nagpapirma kay Attorney Zuleika Lopez? Ikaw?
After I got information from the SDO and from the security officer, and after having drafted the reply, yes, I had it signed to our chief of staff.
So ikaw ang nagro-route ng letter na yan.
For this specific letter, Your Honor.
So it
That's
passed
correct.
through this SDO.
It did not pass through the SDO, but the information indicated in the letter came from the SDO and from the security officer, Your Honor.
So with that letter, signed also as well by Attorney Zuleika Lopez, may alam siya sa confidential fund.
Again, Your Honor, a little bit of context. She may know because of the information that was shared, but
She may know.
because of the
Because she signed the,
yes,
di ba?
yes.
So, hindi mo pa rin sabihin sa amin na alam niya yung pinirmahan niya? Her being a lawyer?
yes, Your Honor. Alam niya
You
kung ano-
drafted this letter?
Yes, I was the one who drafted the letter po.
So hindi si Zuleika nag-draft nito, kundi ikaw?
No, Your Honor.
And then pinapirma mo sa kanya? Without
Yes, Your
that, her reading the content of the letter?
I'm sure, Your Honor, she read the letter.
So alam niya.
I
O kasi sabi mo, I'm sure, she read the letter. So alam niya.
Yes.
So may alam siya sa confidential fund.
I believe, Your Honor, based on the letter reply that we drafted,
So may alam siya.
based on the letter
And that's the
that we
reason why I'm
drafted,
asking you a while ago kung meron siyang alam. And now in this letter, you agree with me that she knows about the confidential fund. So, in other words, Mr. Tonyo, Attorney Lopez was lying.
Um, Your Honor, I cannot say that Attorney Lopez lied.
Sinabi mo na kanina na may nabasa niya eh. Kung nabasa niya, alam na niya ang content. Hindi naman bobo si Attorney Lopez eh.
Yes,
She's an intelligent woman. Lawyer nga eh.
yes,
Eh, di ba? And the one that, I think when ako na-involve 125 million, I will read it diligently, di ba? Kasi it involves lahat ng money. Di ba? Alam mo, Mr. Ortonio, alam na alam namin na nagsisinungaling ka. Pero nagpipigil lang po kami. Ayaw na po namin mag-cite ng in contempt dito. Pero, ramdam na ramdam po namin ang pagsisinungaling nyo. Huwag na po. Tigilan na po natin. And kayo na rin nagsabi na alam niya. Di ba? Nabasa niya eh. Di ba? Sana sinabi mo na lang na pinirmahan lang niya at hindi niya binasa. That I will accept. Pero sinabi mo, binasa niya eh. So kung binasa niya, naintindihan niya, alam niya ang confidential fund, then she was lying. Yes?
she knows of the information, Your Honor, after the fact po. After the fact.
All right. Mr. Chairman, medyo wala na po akong sa mood. I'll be yielding other questions. Panay kasi sinungalingan na po, nadidinig natin. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Kong Dan. Next to interpolate is Congressman Valeriano.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kay Mr. Ortonio ulit. Good evening, sir. Mr. Ortonio, you wrote an undated letter to the committee in response to the invitation sent to you for the November 20 hearing. Tama po, correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
And you provided an explanation on why you did not attend the hearing prior to November 20.
Yes,
Correct.
that's correct, Your Honor.
And the reason you provided was that due to a pre-scheduled official travel that was of equal importance and which needed attention, considering the numerous activities that the OBP will be conducted in a few weeks. Tama?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Ortonio, where in particular did you go during your travel?
Initially, Your Honor, I was supposed to go to several sites within Visayas. and
Suppose.
Mindanao. Yes, that's correct, Your Honor. I was supposed to visit several sites in Visayas and Mindanao. I traveled to Cebu on November 11 in the morning, set to visit our satellite office. However, upon arrival in Cebu, I got the information already that I was already cited in contempt and an order of arrest was already issued to me. And because of fear of my safety, immediately in the afternoon, I thought of having to go to the safest place I could think of. So I traveled to Davao.
It
And
was November.
that's November 11. November 11.
November 11.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
And you have a travel authority, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
As the head of the OBP, it was BP Duterte who granted your travel authority.
That's correct, Your Honor.
aside from BP Duterte, sino pa po yung ibang signatory sa travel authorities?
It's just the Vice President.
Nakita ko na minsan, pati kayo yata, pumipirma rin pag sa baba.
Yes, for travel authorities, for division heads down, it's me who signs their
So
travel authority.
when was the travel authority issued? Yung sa inyo po.
If I can recall, it's issued on November 6.
November 6. And no destination, just various places nakalagay.
Various places, Your Honor, because I was set to visit several sites within Visayas and Mindanao.
Okay, and the period stated in your travel authorities from November what?
From November 11 to 15.
To 15.
15, that's correct.
And in your letter, sabi niyo po, you hope that the arrest order and contempt order issue against you be lifted.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Ortonio, you have not attended any of the hearings of this committee, except now.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you know, Mr. Ortonio, that the arrest order and contempt order were issued against you because of your non-attendance to the hearing of this committee. Tama po?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So how do you expect that the committee will lift the arrest order against you? Hindi pa po kayo uma-attend.
Your Honor, if I may be given a chance to explain. So I wasn't able to attend the November 11 committee hearing. Again, based on the reason that I have cited. However, if you can remember, I also sent a commitment that I was supposed to
Attend on November 20. Yes, and you did not attend.
I was not able to attend, Your Honor, because if I may be able to properly explain the reason behind my non-attendance last
Sige po.
November 20. If you may allow, I prepared a short narrative for me to read, Your Honor. Would that be
Mr.
possible?
Chair, is that possible? On why he did not attend the hearing.
1 minute recess.
I can just read the gist na lang po. Yes.
Sure.
Session resume. Mr. Tonyo.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. On the day of the hearing, I was fully prepared to participate and present myself before the committee, despite the arrest order issued to me. However, the night before the hearing, I received a call from one of my colleagues who also had a summon. She was in distress, on the verge of a major emotional breakdown.
You're talking of Ms. Acosta?
Yes, Your Honor. And contemplating self-harm because of the stress that the hearings have brought upon her. She sought my support, pleading for me to accompany her instead in the next hearing, which is today. That night, while I reassured her of my support despite my decision to still attend the hearing, her emotional and psychological state weighed heavily on my mind. On the morning of the hearing, I checked on her again, and she once again expressed her plea for me to accompany her in the next hearing scheduled instead. It was a difficult decision, but as someone preparing to serve in the mental health profession, I felt compelled to choose the path that safeguarded the life and emotional stability of another person. It was unfortunate that my decision on that day was at the cost of my commitment to attend the hearing. I was pressed with a moral dilemma, and the decision not to attend was born of conscience and welfare of another. So
Sige po.
in gist, Your Honor, that's the reason why I was not able to attend
Last November 20.
last November 10, 20.
Sige po. Okay. Kayo po ay Assistant Secretary at Assistant COS, Chief of Staff sa OBP. Tama po.
That's correct, Your Honor.
When were you appointed?
I was appointed July 1, 2022.
How did you apply or to secure your position?
I was one of those former city government officials from Davao who joined the vice president.
You're from
when she-
Davao.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So, would it be correct to say na yung top official ng OBP ay nahati sa dalawang klasifikasyon? One is yung mga talagang ando na, dinatman nyo na, and the other is from Davao.
Yes, there were some of us who came from Davao, sir.
I mean, kasama ni Vice President pagpunta ng OBP.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, you confirm na dati kang taga Davao LGU?
Yes, I used to be an employee from the city government. of
So,
Davao.
kasama mo si Vice President pagdating mo ng Office of the Vice President. Tama po?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Gaano kayo katagal nagtrabaho sa Davao LGU?
I've been with the city government since 2008. So 2008 up until 2013, and then 2016 to 2022. So that's about roughly around mga 12 years siguro, Your Honor.
Ano-ano po yung naging posisyon nyo sa Davao nung nandun kayo?
I was first her chief of staff when she was the vice mayor. And then for her first term as city mayor, I was her chief of staff. And then when she returned to service as mayor in 2016, I came in as the officer in charge of the Davao City Investment Promotion Center. And then in 2019, I was appointed as department head for the Human Resource Management Office of the city government
Up to 2022?
up to 2022.
And in 2022, when she became Vice President, naging Assistant COS na po kayo.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So ano po yung task nyo bilang Assistant Chief of Staff?
My role as Assistant Chief of Staff, I provide overall supervision for the internal affairs of the Office of the Vice President. So that includes the overseeing the administrative and financial services in the Strategy Management Office together with the two directors under it.
So would it be correct na as Assistant COS, you hold the position of trust and confidence sa OBP?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe so.
Pinagkakatiwalaan po kayo ni Vice President sa mga sensitibong bagay. Tama po ba? As Assistant COS.
That's correct, Your Honor.
At kasama rito yung sa budget and expenditure. Di po ba?
That's part of my role, Your Honor,
That's
as the
part of your
assistant-
role.
as Assistant Chief of Staff.
So maraming delegated authority sa inyo. Kagaya ng approving authority for disbursement beyond 1 million.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Nakaban po kayo dun no? Hindi.
As signatory, no, Your Honor. As signatory, no.
So pwede nating
Just a quick correction, Your Honor. Yes.
Yes.
As
Under ba-
authorized signatory. Yes.
So pwede natin sabihin parang alter ego po kayo ni Vice President.
I wouldn't say that alter ego, but more of there are certain tasks that are entrusted upon me.
Sige po. Sabi nyo, nag-o-oversee kayo ng internal and administrative affairs ng opisina, including matters involving the OBP's Bid and Awards Committee.
That's correct.
Kasama
Your
po
Honor.
yun.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Ano po ibig sabihin nyo na nag-o-oversee kayo ng Bids and Awards Committee ng OBP?
I'm the chair for the Bids and Awards Committee for the Office of the Vice President.
You're the chair.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Hindi po ba yun yung head of procuring agency o yung HOPE?
No, Your Honor. That's
Iba pa yun.
It's a different role po, Your Honor.
So despite the fact that meron pa rin HOPE,
Yes, we do have a hope at the Office of the Vice President.
But you are the overall in charge sa Bids and Awards Committee.
Just for the Bids and Awards Committee, I'm the chair po.
Hindi po ba ano to, if this is in violation of the Government Procurement Act, dahil meron ng hope, meron pa ring overall in charge. Ha? In fact, Mr. Antonio, for an Assistant Chief of Staff, you seem very involved sa madaming fund-related matters ng OBP. From budget preparation to procurement, to disbursement, and even sa liquidation of confidential expenses. Tama po ba? After all, ano to? Internal affairs to.
I'll address the comment, Your Honor, in 3 parts po. Number 1, on the matter of what you mentioned, if it's not inconsistent in terms, if there is a violation because there's a back chair and a hope, that's a standard for all government offices po, Your Honor. There's a back chair and then there's a head of procuring entity.
Overseeing the
Mr.
bank.
Chair, with due respect, with the indulgence, with due respect, Congressman Valeriano, may I just go back to a few questions that Congressman Valeriano asked Mr. Antonio?
Cong Valeriano? Okay lang. Go ahead, Congressman Sia.
Hello? Yes. Is it, tama po ba yung pagkadinig ko when Congressman asked you about the reason why you did not attend the previous hearing, that you went to a safest place in Davao?
That was for the November 11
Hearing.
hearing. That's correct, Your Honor. That's
So-
for the November 11.
So it's not about the travel order that you secured from your principal, from the Vice President.
I'd like to just provide a recap po. I have a travel order signed on November 6. So I am set to attend several activities in Visayas and Mindanao from November 11 to 15. I flew to Cebu on November 11 in the morning, but upon arrival in Cebu and ready to proceed already with all the activities that I needed to do, but when I arrived in Cebu, I already got the information that an arrest order has already been issued to me. And because of the arrest
because
order,
of the non-attendance, because of your non-attendance in the previous committee hearings,
That's
that's the
correct.
reason why we issue the arrest order. But you mentioned about going to the safest place in
yes,
Davao.
because
Are you, let me ask, kasi gusto ko lang po pagtagpi-tagpiin, no, Mr. Antonio. Miss Sanchez, you said earlier that the absence of Mr. Antonio was due to the travel order that was issued for them or to them.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
Go ahead.
okay.
gusto ko lang malaman yung eksaktong konteksto.
I did not state that, but I only reported that there was a travel order issued.
On the date that Mr. Antonio mentioned.
The coverage of the travel order is what Mr. Antonio mentioned.
So can you categorically state to this committee that you went in hiding because of the arrest order and not precisely because of the travel order? That's why you were not attending this committee hearing. I just want to put that into proper context.
if I may, Your Honor,
Kasi dalawang issue po yan eh. You went to the safest place. The implication and the way I understood it is you were afraid and that's why you were hiding. And not so much because of your travel order officially that you are attending a specific activity, which is which.
Okay. Just to give a brief explanation, Your Honor, I intended really to attend to all the activities that were assigned to me for November 11 to 15. I intended to complete all those activities. However, when I arrived in Cebu, I already got information of the arrest order, and human nature and someone who is not used to having been issued with an arrest order, automatic human instinct is that I needed to keep myself safe. So immediately on that day, I tried to look for a flight for me to be able to fly to Davao.
So
On that day, in the late afternoon, I flew to Davao. But
Okay, so I get you there. So your absence on the November 11 was due to the fear that you felt, and not so much about the travel order.
No, Your Honor, it's really more on the travel order because the travel order was already issued to me November 6 pa po. That was before we got the
Until when is the
subpoena.
travel order pala?
It's
Mr. Antonio?
11 to 15, November 11 to 15.
Okay. Just want to be clarified, Mr. Chair, because doon ako naguluhan. Gusto ko lang malaman kung ano yung absence ni Mr. Antonio kasi ang reason that was given to this committee is because you were given issue the travel order.
Travel order. It's for the travel order, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr.
Yes.
Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kong Sia, Congressman Valeriano.
Thank you, Chairman. Meron po akong pakikita sa COMSEC, paki-plus nga po yung letter. Can you confirm po na kung kayo nakapirma dito sa documents? Yan po, letter to DBM dated September 19, 2022 in connection with the request for augmentation of budget including confidential fund. Sign Limuel G. Ortonio. Kayo po yan.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Another statement of appropriation allotment. Ayan po. Kayo rin po.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Sige po, pakiroll lang. Financial Accountability Report as of October 18, 2022. Kayo rin po.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Request for authority to open bank account. Again. Disbursement butcher for confidential fund, 125 million per butcher sign. Ortonio. Kayo rin po.
That's correct, Your Honor.
The check. Okay. Sige pa, Comsec. Yan po. Would you confirm that you were also involved in responding to the COA observation of the OBP's liquidation of its confidential fund?
That's correct, Your
Involved
Honor.
din po kayo ron sa explanation.
Yes, I drafted the replies to the COA's AOM.
So kayo po.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kayo ang pumirma ng disbursement voucher na yan. Ikaw rin ba nag-determine na sa allotted amount sa inyo ay kukunin nyo yung tig 125 million bawat quarter?
Your Honor, that was the proposed budget allocation for the confidential funds, Your Honor.
Who proposed it?
It's the office na po. It's an organization request, Your Honor.
Ano po yung basihan nyo sa 125 million per quarter? Kasi kayo nakapirma ron eh.
That's correct, Your
Or
Honor.
does it mean na kapag mula sa iyo yung request, utos to ng Vice President? Being the Assistant Chief of Staff.
Yes, that's based on a request, based
Salamat
on
po.
instruction. Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
So, noong August 22, kakaupo lang ni Vice President, nag-request kayo sa OBP ng budget augmentation which included a request for confidential fund. Tama po?
That's correct, Your Honor.
At that time, wala namang naka-appropriate na confidential fund sa OBP under the GAA 2022. Tama.
That's correct, Your Honor.
In fact, walang appropriation for confidential fund ang OBP sa GAA ng buong administrasyon ni dating Vice President Leni Robredo for the past 6 years. Wala silang confidential fund. Tama po?
Based on the information, Your Honor,
Wala.
no, Your Honor.
Kahit sa pamumuno ng dating Vice President Jojo Binay, siguro isang beses nagkaroon.
Based on the records that we have on file, Your Honor, they
Meron
did
isa.
have, yes.
So masasabi na natin na nung nag-request kayo ng confidential fund para sa OBP, walang ganong experience yung mga yung mga nandyan na gaya nila Chief Accountant Villa Del Rey, Director Rosalind Sanchez, kumbaga yung ins and out ng confidential fund, hindi nila masyadong kabisado dahil wala namang confidential fund ng Vice President before. Tama po?
I cannot fully answer for that one, Your Honor. Maybe some of those who were with the previous vice presidents may be able to.
Pero ang
answer.
may karanasan dito sa confidential fund, yung mga galing ng Davao Group tulad ni Yusek Sulaika Lopez, ikaw, Miss Acosta, tama po ba? Dahil may confidential pa na sa Davao, then you go to OBP, tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Naalala niyo po ba itong letter na to, September 19, Comsec, paki-plus nga po. Pinadala niyo sa DBM, kayo rin po yung nakapirma dito.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Isa sa mga attachments sa letter na ito, yung physical and financial plan. Tama po?
That's correct,
At
Your Honor.
ang physical and financial plan na ito ay ginagamit bilang supporting docs para sa 250 million request for confidential pa ng OBP noong 2022.
That's
At ito po ay
That's correct, Your Honor.
ito ay pirmado and approved by Vice President Sara Duterte.
the physical and financial plan, Your
Yes.
Honor. That's correct.
Nakasaad po doon na ang 250 million na confidential fund ay gagamitin sa fourth quarter ng 2022 para sa good governance program ng OBP. Tama po?
That's correct, Your Honor, based on the document that was given to us.
Ibig sabihin, 250 million sa loob ng 3 months, yung estimate niya, or 90 days, fourth quarter ng 2022. Tama
That's,
po?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Kong Valeriano, meron lang ako in connection sa mga tanong mo kay Mr. Antonio. Mr. Antonio, bakit ikaw ang napiling mas pumipirma ng mga dokumento? Ikaw yung Assistant Chief of Staff. Bakit si Attorney Sulaika hindi siya yung nabigyan ng responsibilidad na pumirma ng mga vouchers na katulad ng mga pinipirmahan mo? Bakit?
For all finance related documents, it's the Assistant Chief of Staff because part of the roles that the Assistant Chief of Staff handles is on the overseeing the admin and financial services of the office.
Please continue, Congressman Valeriano.
Okay. Sino po yung nag-estimate ng 250 million para sa last quarter? Si Gina Acosta po ba o kayo? Or si Vice President?
As far as I know, the physical and financial plan was prepared by by Miss Gina Acosta, and as far as I know, maybe in coordination with the safety officer. But it's prepared by Miss Gina Acosta.
In coordination with the?
Safety officer, I presume.
Sino po yung safety officer?
It's Colonel La Chica po.
So, ano po yung amount ng confidential ba na naibigay? Yung original request niya is 250.
250.
Ang naibigay is 125
It's
million.
125, Your Honor.
So, kung tutusin, kalahati ng request niya po ng 250.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So, using the period projected for the 250 million request for 90 days or 3 months, using the same estimation, mauubos niya yung 125 sa kalahati ng 3 months, so 45 days. Tama po?
Based on the documents that were presented, it can be assumed that way po.
Ganon. Pero, naubos niya ng 11 days yung 125. Tama po?
Based on the documents, Your Honor.
Based sa accomplishment report nyo na sinabit ng OBP, nakalagay doon ang covered ng 125 is from December 21 to 31 or 11 days, yung 125 million instead of 45 days.
Based on the documents that were presented, Your Honor, yes.
Ibig sabihin dito, sa dami ng confidential activities na naikandak sa loob ng 11 days, na-exhaust nyo yung 125 million o kalahati ng estimated cost. Dapat yung 45 days po, di ba? Yung worth ng confidential activities. Pero you consume it for 11 days. Tama po?
Based on the documents, Your Honor, yes. However, for the explanation...
Based on the documents
presented, Your Honor. But on the implementation, I won't be able to answer for it, Your Honor.
Sige po. Doon tayo sa rental of safe houses. Sa fourth quarter, rental of safe houses amounting to 16 million of the 125 million total confidential fund. May 34 acknowledgement receipt for rental of safe houses po for 2022. Ayon sa report ng OBP, nagastos itong 16 million ito in a span of 11 days. Tama? Based on your documents.
Based on the documents, Your Honor, yes. But on the particulars of it, Your Honor, again, I won't be able to provide further information on that one.
Sige po. So, kasi nakakagulat lang yung amount na involved eh. Pinakamura do sa rental ng safe house for 11 days is 250,000. So, kung hatiin mo sa 11 days, parang 22,000 per day ang rentals. Based on your documents. Tama po.
I cannot provide a specific answer on that, Your Honor. Maybe
That is based on the documents you submitted to the COA.
but I cannot answer, Your Honor, in terms of the computation that was mentioned. Maybe it's the safety officer who can properly provide such information.
Sige po. Punta tayo doon sa acknowledgement receipt na pinakamahal, yung pinakamataas. 1 million divided by 11 days equals 90,000 per day. So, mahal po ito. Parang luxury hotel o mas mahal pa. Anyway, pero sa sulat ng OBP to DBM ukol sa request nito for augmentation noong 2022, kasama na yung sulat na kayo po ang nakapirma, wala namang na-mention doon na gagamit ng safe houses ang OBP. Sabi nga po sa letter, noong August 2022, ang nare-request na confidential fund ay para sa safe implementation of the various projects and activities under the Good Governance Program and the conduct of official engagement and functional representation in international and domestic events. Tama po. Yun ang nakalagay.
Based on the PFP that we submitted, Your Honor.
Ano po ba ibig sabihin ng Good Governance Program? Ano po pagkakaintindi nyo ron?
Good Governance Program, Your Honor, that's the programs, activities, and projects. That's the name of the programs, activities, and projects for the OVP for the year 2022. That covers for all the programs that we have that we are implementing. And during that year, some of the activities under the Good Governance Program of the OVP covers the Medical and Burial Assistance Program and the Disaster Operations Program, to name a few.
Burial and medicine.
Medical and Burial
Medical.
Assistance
So-
that falls under the Good Governance Program for 2022.
So how does this Good Governance Program relate to the 16 million rental of safe houses under confidential funds of the OVP?
Again, Your Honor, as to the
That is based on the documents you submitted.
again, Your Honor, on the spending of the confidential funds, I won't be able to provide you with an answer because I'm not privy to how the confidential funds were utilized. I only know of the confidential funds based on the documents that were presented to me when the AOM was issued to us and all the preliminary documentation.
Pero kayo po ang nag-request lahat. Kayo nakapirma doon sa lahat ng letter.
Yes, ako po ang nag-sign, Your Honor, but as to the details on how it will be implemented, there's a designated security officer to handle it. So I won't be able to provide the specific details for this one.
Pero nung panahon po ng previous administration kay Vice President Leni Robredo, meron na rin good governance program.
That's
Pero-
correct, Your Honor.
Pero wala pong, hindi nangailangan ng confidential fund. Tama?
I cannot answer for the previous administration, Your Honor. I would not know the wisdom behind why they do not have the confidential funds, Your Honor.
Alam nyo, nakakapagtaka po sa safe houses ng OBP. Consistently from December 2022 through the first 3 quarter of 2023, merong confidential expenses for rental of safe houses. Alam niyo po yun. Sa first quarter ng 2023, nireport ulit ng OBP na gumastos raw ng 16 million again for safe houses.
Based on the documents.
Based on
that-
the document, tama po.
Yes, Your Honor. But again, as to the particulars on how it was spent, I would not be able to provide information, Your Honor.
Sa second quarter ng 2023, the same 16 million for safe houses based on the documents you submitted. Tama po.
Based on the documents, Your Honor, that I saw, yes, Your Honor. But again, as to the particulars, I won't be able to provide you with information on this one.
Sa third quarter, ang ginastos is 5 million for safe houses.
As to the third quarter, Your Honor, I'm not familiar because so far we haven't received any AOM, so I am not familiar with the accomplishment report for the third quarter.
Pero nung fourth quarter, wala ng confidential fund ng 2023 po, di ba?
As far as I know, Your Honor, there was no utilization on confidential funds.
So what
for the
happened to
fourth
the rental of safe houses? Paano po yung mga nagre-renta na iniwan nyo na lang?
Again, Your Honor, I cannot provide answer on that one. Maybe it's the security officer who can provide further information on this one. I'm not familiar on the operations on the ground, Your Honor.
Sige po. Tumulong kayo personally sa pagsabit sa COA ng mga acknowledgement receipt, di ba? Bilang patunay sa paggastos ng confidential fund mula fourth quarter ng 2022, yung bago pa lang kayo upo nun, hanggang third quarter of 2023. Tama po?
Your Honor, can I be clarified as to the word na tumulong? Can I
Sige
be
po.
clarified on that one?
Kasama kayo sa gumawa ng mga acknowledgement, sa pagsasubmit.
I submitted the documents, Your Honor, because I'm the designated liaison officer. So, to that extent, Your Honor, yes, I submitted the documents.
Kayo ang nagsubmit po.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you are therefore aware na nung unang sinabit to accomplishment report at liquidation report para sa fourth quarter ng 2022 ng confidential fund, wala itong kasamang mga acknowledgement receipt o tinatawag na documents evidencing payment. Yung 2022 last quarter, wala pa.
For 2022, Your Honor, that's correct, Your Honor. And that's also subject to the one of the items that
Yes.
was raised in the AOM.
So when did the OBP receive the audit observation memorandum for the liquidation of its fourth quarter 2022 confidential fund? Sa last quarter po ng 2023 na ito na isabit. 2023 na. Tama?
We received 2 AOMs in relation to the 2022 confidential funds. We received one dated September 14 and another one dated October
2023.
2023. Sorry. And another one dated October 3,
And
2023.
and that is the time na naisabit nyo lang po yung mga evidence nyo. Yung tama?
Based on the AOM, on these two AOMs, that was the time that we submitted the documentary evidence of payments as provided by those who operated on the field po.
Sige po. Ngayon, kung namamonitor niyo yung hearing, may ilang observation dito sa acknowledgement receipt na sinabit ng OBP. Hindi lang sa fourth quarter ng 2022, pero pati na rin doon sa first to third quarter ng 2023. Unang-unang kapansin-pansin po yung madaming acknowledgement receipt ng fourth quarter 2022 na ang pecha ay December 2023. More than 100 AR o acknowledgement receipt. Yung ganito, pagkakaalala ko kung tama. Pero sinabi nyo na inadvertence lang yun na isulat na taon na 2023 instead of 2022. Tama po?
That's correct, Your Honor, based on the information that was shared to us by the security officer and the SDO po.
Sige. Pero nakakapagtaka lang kung bakit nagkakamali ang tao masulat instead of next year, instead of present year. Kung past year ang naisulat, maintindihan ko pa sana pero sobra na. Pangalawa, siguro narinig nyo na rin po yung observation na may mga iilang acknowledgement receipt na tila sinulatan o pinirman, nilagdaan gamit ang kakaibang pen ink na mukhang fountain pen pa yata ito. Narinig nyo na po yun?
I heard of that in the previous hearings, Your Honor.
Comsec, ano nga po? Papakita ko po sa inyo. Nakita niyo po?
Yes, Your Honor.
You would agree with me that this acknowledgement receipt appears to be written with the same color of ink.
Your Honor, I'm not sure, but I think the image is...
Pare-parehas po. And this color is distinct shade of blue na almost black, parang may gradient po siya. Pakitingnan niya po.
Sorry, Your Honor, the way I see it, it's black ink.
Papakita ko po sa inyo. I'm showing you a picture of distinct fountain pen ink. It's called Prussian blue.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nakita
Okay.
niyo po? Do you confirm that this is the same or very similar colors, the ones in the acknowledgement receipt I showed you before? Pakibigyan siya nung hard copy.
Oo.
Nakita niyo po? In fact, it's similar to the pen ink you use. Comsec, yung slide po. Mr. Chair, that's all.
Congressman, tapos ka na?
Tapos yun na.
Mr. Chairman, sorry, but what was that? There was something that was flashed a while ago. Ano po yun?
Pakita po uli yung
Ano
flash.
nga ulit yung slide?
Yeah. So, hindi, no. Yes. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, but I just saw this. So, the pen, pakibalik po. Nawala po, ma'am, sir.
Congresswoman Garin, you are recognized.
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, of course, with due courtesy kay Mr. Lemuel Ortonio, lumalabas po kasi dito sa isang sulat niya, ang ginamit na pampirma is, what do you call that? Parang fountain pen? Anong tawag doon?
Parang sign pen ba yan? Ano yan?
Hindi eh.
Fountain
Yung
pen?
fountain pen. Yung kulay, which is quite unusual, at yung klase ng ballpen na tila rin hindi pangkaraniwan, ay parang kapareho doon sa mga petsa at mga pirma doon sa acknowledgement receipt. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair, yung nakikita ng aking mga mata?
Who do you want to address the question?
Tama po yung nakikita na aking mga mata, the other members. For that, Mr. Chair, can I move further? Sir Lemuel, eto po ba ay kapareho ng ballpen na ginamit mo? Yung ballpen ba na ginamit ng mga pumirma at nagsulat ng petsa ng acknowledgement receipts ay kapareho dun sa ballpen na pinipirma mo?
Mr. Lemuel?
Yes. Your Honor, maybe before I answer the question, can I respectfully request the committee if we can just take down my signature because I believe the committee hearing currently is public and I'm afraid that merong baka it would
Sige.
parang may data privacy issue, but I will answer.
Yeah, Mr.
But I will
Chair,
answer.
can we request to stop showing this
Yes.
document?
Okay.
Anyway, naitanong ko na po. Our apologies for that, Mr.
Thank
Orton.
you, Your Honor. I'm not familiar with the acknowledgement receipts that was shown. I haven't seen.
Ano
I'm
po,
not
Mr.
familiar.
Chair, yung ginagamit yung pampirma?
I actually have samples here. This year, I changed the pen that I have been using.
Pwede mo pang may pakita yung fountain
It's
pen?
this one. It's not a fountain pen, but it's a felt tip pen po.
Okay, at ang kulay niya ay ano po?
The color is deep indigo.
Yung pirma po kanina, Mr. Chair, anong taon yon?
2023, if
So-
I'm not mistaken, yeah.
So, Mr. Chair, Mr. Ortonio, ano pong ginagamit yung pangpirma noong 2023?
2023, I've been using, it's a blue pen. Sometimes I still use it for writing. It's,
Ayan po, yan ata
This
yung pen na galing ng PSDBM, di ba? Pero mukhang hindi
It's a
po
pilot.
yan ang lumalabas sa pirma mo kanina.
because that was my signature, I believe, for one of my replies in one of the invitations here sa committee.
So sige, diretsuin ko na lang, Mr. Chair. Ano yung ginamit mong pen sa pirma mo nung dokumentong pinakita?
It's this one. It's my felt tip pen po.
What do you call it?
It's a felt tip pen.
Felt tip pen. So, Mr. Chair, I'm not sure, no, because we are not penmanship experts here. Baka meron naman tayong acknowledgement receipt dyan. Pwede bang makasulat ng konti si Mr. Ortonio using that pen para lang makita natin yung shade? That
Comsec,
is
pwede
possible.
po ba pakibigyan ng ano?
Mr. Chair, and in addition to what Congresswoman Garin is saying, pati po si COS Sulaika Lopez gumagamit din ng fountain pen na may ink na blue. Tama po.
That's correct, Your Honor. Sorry, Your Honor. It's not a fountain pen, if I can recall, for ZTL's signature. I think it's also a felt tip pen. I can remember it's a slim pen. So
Okay,
it's not
Mr.
a
Chair,
fountain pen.
can I have an additional question? Sa Office of the Vice President po, or sa Department of Education, sino-sino po ang gumagamit ng felt tip pen? Pasensya na po, bago ko lang po kasi narinig yun. Yeah, so, Mr. Chair, parang ang medyo magkapareho ng klase ng pen ang ginagamit ni Attorney Zulaika Lopez at ni Ginoong Lemuel Ortonio. So, Mr. Chair, my pending question is, Sir Lemuel, sa OVP po at sa Department of Education, sino-sino pa po ang gumagamit ng ganitong klaseng pen?
For the OVP, Your Honor, I'm not sure who else uses a felt tip pen when they sign documents, but I do sign using felt tip pens starting this year.
Sino-sino pa po ang gumagamit ng ganyang klaseng pen? Ikaw, Si
And then-
Attorney Zulaika Lopez, sino pa po?
And then from time to time, it's Attorney Laika Lopez. And the others, I'm not familiar anymore.
How about the Vice President?
The Vice President uses a different pen po when she signs
So more or
documents.
less sa pagkakaalam nyo, kayong dalawa lang ni Attorney Lopez ang gumagamit ng ganitong pen.
That's correct, Your Honor.
From the DepEd, Mr. Chair, baka matanong natin si Ma'am Farda.
Good evening, ma'am. I have
Before
no...
I recognize
sorry.
Ma'am Paharda, Sunshine, the chair would like to recognize the Honorable Robert Ace Barbers from the 2nd District of Surigao del Norte. Please continue,
Mr. Chair, thank you,
Ms.
Mr.
Sunshine
Chair.
Parda.
As to your question, Honorable Garin, I have no knowledge po kung sino ang gumagamit or kung may gumagamit po ba ng felt tip pen sa Department of Education. It's also my first time to hear of such a pen po.
So, Mr. Chair, I haven't really seen some of the acknowledgement receipts. Sa mga acknowledgement receipts, meron po bang ganito kataba yung sulat? Sa mga acknowledgement receipt po in the possession of our committee secretariat, meron bang mga pirma o mga sulat na ganito kataba, kapareho ng pirma at sulat ni Ma'am Zulaika Lopez at ni Ginoong Lemuel Ortonio? Maybe the COMSEC can answer, Mr. Chair. So may I repeat my question? Sa mga acknowledgement receipts that are in the possession of the committee secretariat, meron po bang mga sulat, pirma, or sulat ng petsa na kasing taba nitong klase ng ballpen ni Ma'am Zulaika Lopez at ni Ginoong Lemuel Ortonio, yung sulat at yung kulay?
Comsec.
Your Honor, per initial observation, yes.
In a scale of 1 to 100%, ilang porsyento po ang kapareho? Kalahati, more, or almost all?
Almost all, Your Honor. Highly probable, even sa with nung kanilang penmanship, Your Honor.
Thank you for that, ma'am. So, Mr. Chair, ulitin ko lang. Ang isang nakita natin nakakapagtaka dito, yung mga acknowledgement receipt, ibig sabihin yung mga pirma at petsa na kuno na bigyan ng pera, ay kapareho yung taba, kulay ng sulat ng special na klaseng ballpen na ang tanging gumagamit lang po, pasensya na po, ay si Mr. Lemuel Ortonio at si Zulaika Lopez. We have that very high probability, Mr. Chair, na posible po na ang acknowledgement receipt ay ginawa baka ni Attorney Zulaika Lopez at ni Sir Lemuel Ortonio. Mr. Ortonio, are you categorically denying na meron kang kinalaman sa mga acknowledgement receipts na ito?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor. I have nothing to do with the acknowledgement receipts.
Paano po naging ganito na yung taba at kulay at sulat ng mga acknowledgement receipts, including yung petsa, ay parang hawig ng ballpen na taming ikaw lang at si Attorney Zulaika Lopez ang gumagamit?
I do not know how to explain that, Your Honor,
But do you admit that that is a ballpen that is not usually used by common people?
I'm not so sure, Your Honor, because I actually got this from a known na shop, Japanese shop, and they sell it by, marami silang sinesell na ganito. So I'm
So
not sure.
nirigalo siya or binili?
No, I buy it. Oo.
Nirigalo mo rin kay Ma'am Zulaika?
No,
Or
Your
binili niya
Honor.
rin separately?
I'm not sure if we're using the same brand, Your Honor.
Pero sa mga taong nakakahalubilo mo, kunyari ngayon, o sa buong room na ito, masasabi ba natin, ikaw lang ang gumagamit ng ganyang klaseng ballpen?
I cannot say.
Mr.
Your
Chair,
Honor.
may I ask everybody in the room, meron bang ballpen na kapareho yung kulay, shade ng ginagamit ni Mr. Ortonio? Nobody is raising their hands. So, kasi Mr. Chair, ako medyo umiikot ako sa ilang mga meetings, events, and advocacy meetings sa mga even in the urban and rural centers. Medyo hindi po pangkaraniwan na ginagamit ng mga empleyado o o yung mga inuutusan natin sa field na pumirma na acknowledgement receipt na halos pare-pareho ang taba ng letra, ang kulay ng hindi pangkaraniwan na ballpen na ito. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman.